Welcome to the first installment of Michelle 502. Welcome to my channel. It's been a long time coming in the making. I have been wanting to do this for quite some time, but just couldn't get it going. But I have finally ripped the band-aid off, and here I am. So let's talk. I wanted to do videos like of beauty and skincare and, things that, a woman of a certain age, like myself, I'm 47 years old, geared towards the middle-aged woman, if you will. You know how Peter Mon is the grandpa of YouTube? Well, I'm the grandma. If there's any other grandma out there, sorry, maybe I could be Nana or Meemaw, but I digress. So anyway, wanted to get out there and, find products to make me feel good about myself and, find things that work, because not everything works for everybody, so, it's about doing that. But recently, the beginning of summer, I had a life-changing event that will be kind of changing the course of this channel. While I still want to do beauty stuff, I'm going to be looking into doing some health stuff, because on June 28th, 2019, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Shocker, right? To say the least. Had a headache. I just wanted to told I would be okay, and well, I wasn't, because I had a mass in my frontal lobe. Fast forward to many appointments with 2 neurosurgeons and MRIs and things like that. I had a craniotomy on September 24th, 2019. I waited a little bit because I needed time to get my affairs in order, as it were. It's not, any surgery is, there's always risk involved, but when it comes to somebody cracking your skull open, there's a little bit more involved, and, I wanted time with my family and my friends, and, mentally prepare. And because it was slow growing, the term for a while was low-grade glioma, based on what they saw. I had a little time, so I used it. So September 24th came and went. Obviously, I survived. I had some left side weakness. I had to immediately go into inpatient rehab. For that, I was in the main hospital for like 3 or 4 days, and then inpatient 6 days, and then outpatient for a little bit. Total recovery time was right under 5 weeks, which isn't a miracle of itself, because my doctor, shout out to Dr. Sun with the Norton's Cancer Institute, told me 6 weeks. I said, I'm going to be back to work in 5. He said, I love for patients to prove me wrong, and I did. And I went back to work October 28th. Light duty, but still I'm back at work collecting a check, while I do chemo and radiation. More on that. Chemo and radiation is not fun. I am in week 2, actually. I do radiation Monday through Friday. I do chemo every day. And the chemo is a pill, which is really fortunate, because I don't have to have a port. It's a pill that I take at night, put some gloves on, clear the room, because they say all these things about poison, but yet it's going into my body, But hey, don't let your dogs or husband or anything wear gloves, but, take this pill because, it's good for you, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. You really did a good job. I'm still working on how to perfect this camera thing, so bear with me. The incision is like right here. I'm going to try to do the best I can to show you. Bear with me. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is in all its glory. I haven't sanitized my hands in a minute, so I'm just touching the hair apart. But he didn't even cut my hair, you know. He just kind of went in there and did it. Which, because I thought I was going to have half of a shaved head, but, you know, I don't. I'm only on week 2 of the radiation. I'm starting to get that sunburn feeling. They say around week 3 or 4 is when hair starts falling out. We'll see about that. It is what it is, you know. I'm alive. I'm talking, I'm walking, I'm working, I'm doing, you know, everything that I want to do, I'm doing, you know. So what's a little hair loss, right? You know, there's people that have it a lot worse than I do. But anyway, I've had some headaches. Oof. The headaches have been really, really, really bad. So this past Tuesday, my doctor, my radiation oncologist, Dr. Spalding, shout out to him, put me on steroids. And I didn't want to take the steroids, but I also didn't want to feel like someone was stabbing me in the head with like a hot poker, because that's exactly what it felt like. And he says, unfortunately, half the patients that are treated, they get headaches, the other half doesn't. And I'm one of the ones that gets the headaches. Since taking the steroids, it's greatly improved. I'm like $1,000,000 compared to what I was this weekend, because it was really bad. I was popping Tylenol like candy, and you have to be careful with Tylenol because of the acetaminophen in it. So there's that. I'm trying to think what else. I'm not prepared. You know, so that's what it is. December 10th is my end date for radiation. Also for chemo, because the chemo is 42 days. And then after that time, I'll be having my first MRI. And I'll to see, like, I guess, how things are going. The scanxiety, as a lot of folks at Brain Tubers talk about, because, you know, this is never ending. But just to see where things are and how things are going. Now, once I finish this initial chemo and radiation, I'll be done with the radiation, but I will be doing chemo once a month for 5 days. And obviously, I'm on a lower dose of chemo since I'm doing the radiation, but they're going to up it, like, a lot. And I've lucked out tremendously not having any nausea from that, but I take a Zofran 30 minutes prior to taking the chemo pills. So we'll see how that does when I'm actually having to take a higher dose, because, you know, I've heard that there has been some issues. So hopefully, knock on wood, that I don't have them. So that about covers things. That's where I am. It's been a crazy journey. I've been incredibly blessed with the support that I have from my husband, from my family, from my friends, from my coworkers at work, from groups on Facebook. You know, when you wake up like at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're thinking you're dying and you need an answer, and, you know, there are people out there to help you that are in a situation just like yourself, and it means a lot. The purpose of me doing this and sharing these things, it's hard, you know, and, you know, I'm not a doctor. Let me do that disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving out medical advice. I'm not, you know, saying what works, what doesn't. I'm saying what works for me, because everybody's different. There's over 120 different type of brain tumors, 120 different types. Mine is a diffuse astrocytoma grade 2. And during surgery, Dr. Sun got it all. I'm doing the chemo and radiation to make sure that as a preventative, so it doesn't come back. Hopefully, there's always the chance, let's be honest, right? But I can't think about that right now. I gotta stay positive. I gotta think the way this was found, it was meant to be found. I have a purpose. Not ready to go yet, by any means. So I'm letting go and letting this journey take me where it takes me. And that's really all I have for now. If you have any questions, comments, anything I can do to improve this, things that you want to see, please comment down below. And we'll figure this journey out together. It's a wild one. But anyway, stay tuned as I learn this whole YouTube thing, and let's make things happen. Thanks. See you later.